Hello everyone, it's week 7 coming down the home stretch. How exciting to be finishing another course towards completing your master's degree in applied technology and education. And now that you've made the effort in creating lessons and activities integrating technology into your professional area of teaching, this last assignment can be an easy remix with the addition of assessment to measure academic growth before and after the integration of technology. It's a matter of utilizing as many digital tools and resources relevant to your lesson that will integrate technology seamlessly to transform learning into an authentic, meaningful experience of understanding the goals established. So let's take a look at what's due for this last week of the course, starting with the project. The project purpose is to incorporate best practices that include these instructional elements: the pre-assessment, the instruction, and the post-assessment. The assignment will be evaluated by the course rubric provided in the syllabus and in the Canvas Module 7. The accumulating project for the course includes specifically your pre-test, your lesson plan, your post-test, your data analysis spreadsheet, and your audio recording with the analysis interpretation of the data and reflection overall. Components of the project are referenced in the syllable for details, but generally it's your instructional plan, which is your lesson plan, including the web-based instructional activity, and your Excel spreadsheet, which there is a video on Canvas that goes into detail on how to complete that. So some of these are submitted separately. Let's talk about the instructional plan for your lesson plan. The instructional plan, as you have already been submitting throughout the course, has a format. It's an explanation of the big unit, topic, and goals. The profile of the learners is included to identify the grade level and their learning styles, include your standards, both curricular and technology, and then your process, your procedures, your steps, your activities leading up to the web-based activity that is the focus of your lesson. Followed by, you had built in your pre-assessment before the actual web-based activity, and then your post-assessment. So the pre and the post-assessment can be linked within your lesson plan, but they also must be linked on your PB Wiki separately. And the Excel spreadsheet is a separate document to be submitted after the lesson is over. So the most important part of this instructional plan is to link your resources or embed them. So any resources that you are going to reference in your credits, your APA citation of your references, be sure to link those websites. If you are using resources such as leading up to the activity, you can actually embed them throughout the lesson plan. Some of you have already been doing this, such as YouTube videos, websites, simulations, other things like that that could be cited. Your own particular resources that have given you inspiration to this activity. Then just don't double link resources. If you link it in one part of the lesson, you don't have to put it in another, as long as I have those essential resources that you used. So for example, I'm just going to take one example, but there are many, because many of the lessons through the course could be used. But let's say you used Padlet for your interactive collaborative activity, and you want to include that, but you've also created a tutorial on how to use Padlet, how to get it started, then that would be two separate resources, the one that the students are using and the one that you created on how to use it. You can have a combination of other tutorials as well. So then getting into the Excel spreadsheet, a couple of things about that. You want to make sure there are really 3 main components: the alignment of the grade level expectations, the performance indicators with the assessment activity, So your item analysis and percentage of improvement or lack of improvement. So in your pre-test, you'll identify how many items they're going to be evaluated on, and then what their score is. And then in the post-test, also related to the pre-test. You're going to include your roster list of pupils for the pre and post test, same students to be used. You can identify them just with first names or fictional names, however you choose to do that. Then there's a third worksheet. There's actually three worksheets in the spreadsheet. The first worksheet is an example. Don't use that one. That's just an example. Go to the second spreadsheet, and then you'll see the blank spaces where you can put your data. And then the third spreadsheet is the interpretation of that data by running a chart, a comparison bar graph, and an improvement chart or a circle graph, I believe. That's more specifically explained in the video and as well as an example. So the rubric is also detailed, as I said, in the course syllabus as well as in the module. It's based on program competency number 2, designing and developing digital age learning experience and assessment. These are the indicators. The criteria is more detailed in the rubric. But here's a couple of important things to remember. Incorporating those digital tools, multiple tools used, allowing the students to assess their learning somehow in a survey or a poll at the end, personalizing the activities for the students, and addressing various learning styles, working strategies, so forth. You can use different digital tools for that as well. And then most importantly, when you're creating your assessments, be mindful of the type of questionings that you use. You aren't using all of the same kind of questioning. So for example, all multiple choice wouldn't be particularly valid and reliable for measuring their understanding of your goals, essentially because, let's face it, students can guess A, B, C, or D. And so how do you have the evidence that shows their real comprehension and understanding? So vary the questions. You don't have to have 25 questions. 10 would be max. Make them meaningful and valid and reliable for their understanding, checking their understanding. You can have included some multiple choice, some matching, some fill in the blank creatively, but also some strategizing, some higher level evaluating, synthesizing, critiquing scenarios where they have to make some evaluations or judgments, re-explaining a concept or giving an illustration of a concept. Be creative with that. And there are so many different platforms to use. Google Forms can be used. You can include images as well. And those assessments, or those assessments need to be included, as I said before, on the PB Wiki linked or in your lesson plan, separate from the spreadsheet. Okay. I hope that gives you an idea of what's due, as well as your audio recording linked under oral communication. And finally, the one thing you're going to do is make sure your wiki is linked. The course EDT 6010 specifically, not all the courses. And your narrative in the PB Wiki. Delete the examples and just put your description, a paragraph, your analysis of the assignments and artifacts, and your reflection, so separate paragraphs. And finally, your discussion forum, don't forget about that, your initial response and your 2 replies. I just want to share one final thought with you for the week. So I know I've pushed many of you out of your comfort zones in doing things, and I've given maybe some harsh feedback sometimes. I try to sandwich it in between your praise and compliment for all the wonderful things you've done and the hard work that you've put into this course. But essentially, as professionals and candidates for Wilmington University's master program, it's my goal that you leave this course with a better understanding of best practices based on current research, as well as an improved skill set for finding and learning about digital resources and tools that can be integrated into your teaching. And more than just plugging in technology for the sake of technology, I hope that you've learned the importance of your own instructional planning and collecting those digital resources and the impact this can have on each and every student. We live in a digital world, and for this reason, we need to keep up and provide every learner with meaningful opportunities to learn in positive ways that inspire them to be the best they can be in preparation for their future. So it is the end of the course. There is a CAT survey that you should have received in your email with a link to the survey about the course. Take your time. I hope you will complete this survey to provide us with your feedback about the course. Hopefully mostly positive, but realistic to ways that we can improve. Wilmington University strives for 100%. However, the goal of each course is to achieve at least 65% response rate. The survey closes on Sunday midnight, so you do have some time to take the survey and submit it. I would appreciate it. Any specific feedback that you want to provide for me, feel free to send me an email. I would greatly appreciate that. So thank you for all you do for our children and our future generations by teaching in the classroom and anything you do to help others succeed. Take care. I'm available if you have questions. Reach out and have a great week. Bye-bye.